Okay, getting started with the metal object. First thing you need to do is make sure that you change the units, because the caliper we're going to use to measure and reverse engineer this object uses millimeters. So you need to come to Window, Model Info, and under Units, we're going to have to change this to decimal so that way we can access the millimeters. If you're in feet and inches, we want to change it to millimeters because that's the units that the caliper we're measuring with uses. Now, when we take a measurement, first thing that I typically measure when I get started is the size of the hole on the inside of that metal object. And I'm going to start right on the origin and work my way outward. And I measured a diameter of 90 millimeters. And the circle tool uses the radius, so I had to divide that by 2 to get 45 millimeters and hit enter. One thing you'll notice is if I zoom in on this, my circle is nice and smooth. So if you have not already done this, and I've mentioned this in class, before you first click and activate your circle tool, in the bottom right hand corner it's stating the number of sides that circle tool is using. So when I first activate the circle tool in the bottom right, you can see it says 52-sided circle. I set mine to 52 because that's twice the number of sides that there are teeth on the inside of this metal object. So 52 is a good number. I would say any multiple of 26 would probably work out well. 26, you're going to see obvious edges. 52 is going to reduce or increase the number of edges and reduce how obvious the flat sides and the edges are if we were to 3D print this model. But you could also go further, and I don't think it'd cause too many problems as long as you don't get too many thousands of sides or anything, which is an awful lot of calculation for the computer to carry out. Now, moving on, as I stated, 45 millimeter inside circle. I then measured the distance from the outside of the hole, the thickness of the metal that exists outside of it. And what you'll find is that that thickness from the inside of the hole to the outside edge of the object is 55 millimeters. So that 55 added to the 45 radius will give us another radius of 100 millimeters. So that's the size of our object, and I'm just going to delete the center. And I'm now able to pull this object up to the 26 millimeters of thickness.